We have talked a lot about equity this week here on the channel. I say this a lot, but it is strange how weekly themes seem to develop. It's almost like the mainstream media colludes, they come together, and they determine which area of social justice they're going to focus on all week. Strange how that seems to happen. One of the many problems with equity, it allows people that are unqualified, it allows people that suck, that have no business being in the position that they're in, it allows them to either get a job or keep the job they currently have. We can't fire it. It identifies as non-binary. We can't fire him. His religion puts him in a protected class. We can't fire her. She's woke, which means she's one of the ugliest females in America. That puts her in a protected class. This is one of the main problems with labor unions. On the surface, labor unions, they seem harmless. They seem actually like a good thing. When I had a real job, I worked at both a Fortune 500 company and a family-owned business. The family-owned business was small, maybe 120 employees across 5 states. Now, I worked at both places for 7 years at each place. And you know what both jobs had in common? They treated their employees like shit. Right now, businesses throughout America, they're having a hard time finding people to come to work. Now, a lot of people blame welfare, they blame government programs. People are lazy, they don't want to work. That definitely contributes to the problem, but they also ignore, when people talk about this, they ignore one of the main problems. For decades, companies have treated their employees like shit. When I quit my job last summer to focus full-time on YouTube, it was a massive risk. I only had 2,000 subscribers when I quit my job. The channel was only making $500 on a good month. But I was so miserable going to work every day, working for someone who didn't give a shit about me, never getting a raise. I was so miserable. I decided I would rather take the risk and wake up happy every day than waste the best years of my life giving them to someone else, giving 40 to 45, sometimes 50 hours a week, not getting paid overtime, and giving all that time to someone else. Now, my situation was a little bit different. I was prepared when I quit. I had plenty of money in savings, multiple streams of income, but the point is, no matter where I worked, I was miserable every day. And the reason I was miserable, the company treated us like shit. Labor unions were supposed to stop all that. But what ended up happening? Labor unions protect employees that are useless. The employees that actually work hard end up doing double the work for the same pay. This is an example of equity in practice. Labor unions, they're an example of equity in practice. The theory of equity falls apart because we are not equal. I am at home here on the channel. This is what I do best. This is what I feel like I was born to do. I'm able to read through the bullshit, find a way to present it to you where it's both entertaining and informative. You guys, maybe you're a great mechanic. You put me under the hood of a car, I'm lost. I'll fuck everything up. You put you in front of a camera, have yourself talk to yourself basically for 15 minutes, you may be lost. Like I said, we're not equal. Earlier this week, we talked about equity when it comes to Rex Chapman. Rex Chapman, the man with a face made for a haunted house. He was recently hired by CNN to host a show on their digital platform that no one watches. Hell, no one watches CNN on cable. So why the fuck would they think people would be willing to pay to watch propaganda? CNN Plus, that's their digital platform, it features some great entertainers. Jemele Hill, another social justice warrior whose face gives children nightmares. If Rex Chapman and Jemele Hill procreated, the child would come out looking like Anthony Fauci. Now, Rex Chapman, he was qualified to work at CNN. Is he woke? Check. Is he hideous to look at? Check. Is he a virgin? Check. Does he possess the ability to not draw an audience? Check. Excellent. Hire him or her or it. Ask him which proper pronoun it prefers. CBS, they used these same qualifiers to determine that Rex Chapman was qualified to cover March Madness. They call him an analyst. They are quickly figuring out the problem when you hire someone based on wokeness. I guess, like the rest of us, executives at CBS don't watch ESPN, because if they did, they would know what happens when you hire a woke asshole. We are not even through the first weekend of the tournament, and Rex Chapman is already a huge, embarrassing failure. I was reading an article the other day about this useless bum. I can't remember where I saw it, but the article, they were trying to turn Rex Chapman into a role model. This man is the face of courage. He overcame drug addiction, turned his life around. Rex Chapman is not the face of courage. There is nothing courageous about being a social justice warrior. It doesn't take courage to make up bullshit, pretend to be offended, or scare women and children. You give real women the choice of staring at Rex Chapman, not fake women. I'm not talking about women like Leah Thomas. I'm talking about real females. You give them the choice of staring at Rex Chapman or banging Marilyn Manson. Ooh. Marilyn is starting to look real good in that gothic makeup. The very first day Rex Chapman was on set at CBS, woke Twitter was already roasting his ass. He can't even get respect from his fellow virgins. Blue check marks everywhere were telling Rex Chapman how bad he sucked, how he had no personality on camera. But yesterday proved Rex Chapman is not qualified for this job. When you're an analyst, you are paid to be an expert in your field. For example, I analyze social justice warriors. You guys come to the channel to hear an informed opinion on the activities of the identifiers. Now, do I always get it right? No. But for the most part, I think we do a pretty good job here. If I was consistently wrong, there wouldn't be an audience. When you're being paid to be an analyst, to analyze something, one of the most important things is knowing who's alive in your field. Not only is Rex Chapman extremely awkward on camera, he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. The Providence Friars, they advanced to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1997. Back then, Pete Gillen was the head coach. At least Rex Chapman got that part right. This dude sucks so bad, he can't even form a complete sentence in front of a camera. Joe Biden is better at speaking on camera than this fucking guy. Watch this clip and you'll see what I'm talking about.
The first time since 25 years ago when Pete Gillen had God Sham God. Rest in peace, Pete Gillen. There you go.
One small problem, Rexy. Pete Gillen ain't fucking dead. Not only is he alive and well, he fucking works at CBS. He's a college basketball analyst at CBS, the same network that is subsidizing Rex Chapman and his bullshit. This dude is completely useless. He is the Stephen A. Smith of CBS. All Rex Chapman does is listen to what other analysts say on the panel and repeat them in his own broken words. Then he eulogizes a legendary coach in college basketball who is literally sitting right down the hall from him. Rex Chapman is an embarrassment. I would say that he's an embarrassment to Kentucky, where he played college basketball, but the basketball program in Kentucky has spent the last 18 months embarrassing themselves. I'm not talking about their upset loss to St. Peter's the other night. I received an email over the weekend about the decline of Kentucky basketball under John Calipari, specifically the last 2 years. It's ironic. Anytime someone goes woke, the decline is soon to follow. It's like that old saying, pride comes before the fall. Replace pride with woke. Being woke comes before the fall. Colin Kaepernick becomes Captain Woke, NFL career, dead. Naomi Osaka, woke. She can't look into a camera without breaking down into tears. LeBron James, he steals the social justice cape from Captain Colin. He hasn't sniffed the playoffs since. He won the bubble ring in 2020 when NBA players were desperate to get the fuck out of Orlando, but most people don't even consider that a legitimate championship. John Calipari, He allowed Kentucky to go woke in 2021. Being a head coach at the college level, it is completely different than coaching in the NFL or the NBA. When you're a head coach in college, you're expected to lead young men. Not much Jim Harbaugh could have done about Colin Kaepernick kneeling for the national anthem back in 2016. I mean, his hands were kind of tied. He could refuse to play him, but there is so much money involved in the NFL, it's hard to justify sitting your highly paid quarterback when he's healthy over a political issue. But at the college level, the coach wields a hell of a lot more power. January 2021, players in Kentucky decided, we're going to start kneeling for the national anthem. Why? No one fucking knows. Maybe they thought it would turn them into celebrities overnight. In reality, it turned the fan base in Lexington against the team and against John Calipari. Instead of John Calipari leading these young men, he allowed them to lead him. He said the players asked him to kneel along with them, and he complied. The backlash in Lexington, across all of Kentucky, was fierce. Yeah, I bet it was. You're not coaching in San Francisco. This is Lexington, Kentucky, a place where the woke bullshit is not tolerated. John Calipari noticed the backlash and he said, it wasn't the right time or place to protest like that. Well, no shit, you dumb fuck. But by that point, it was too late. The first 7, maybe 8 games this season, attendance at Rupp Arena declined by nearly 30%. Look at the results on the floor. Look at the results on the court since Kentucky went woke. Last season, the COVID season, they were 9-16. This year, bounced in the first round of the tournament by a number 15 seed. Social justice, wokeism, whatever you want to call it, it is designed to destroy. Colin Kaepernick has made millions since retiring from the NFL. Yeah. But his public image is ruined. I never said social justice warriors didn't make money. The top 1% of them do. Then they turn around and complain about the top 1% of income earners in the country. It's not fair. It's not equitable. But none of the social justice warriors, even if they're rich, none of them are respected. Do you have any respect for Jamel Hill, LeBron James, Megan Rapinoe, Leah Thomas, Rex Chapman? Do you respect any of these fuckers? Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Rex Chapman, sucking at his job. Sound off in the comments below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell to receive all notifications from the channel. Best way to contact me is by email at btlkc84@gmail.com. I've received a lot of emails from you guys over the last few days. I will get to them. I'm just running behind replying on my emails. If you want to follow me on Twitter, it's KC_BTL84. I'll see you guys tomorrow.